Did you know there's something you might be doing every single day that's quietly chipping away at your remaining years? Something so common, so ordinary, that millions of seniors never suspect it's gradually dimming their golden years. I'm not talking about some rare condition or expensive mistake. I'm talking about everyday habits that science has now confirmed are silently working against your health after 70. These aren't just opinions or the latest health trends. They're backed by decades of research, aging studies from prestigious universities, and the collective wisdom of geriatric specialists worldwide. More importantly, they're habits you can change starting today. What if I told you that by the end of this video you could identify the exact behaviors that might be shortening your life by months or even years? Discover the simple alternatives that could help you reclaim that lost time. If you're over 70 or care about someone who is, these next few minutes could quite literally add quality years to your life. So let's dive into the 7 most dangerous habits that might be working against your longevity and the straightforward solutions to reverse their effects starting today. 1. Skipping regular movement. A sedentary lifestyle is perhaps one of the biggest threats to longevity after 70. When you stop moving regularly, everything in your body begins to slow down. Your circulation becomes sluggish, your metabolism decreases, and even your brain function can diminish. When Alice turned 75, she slowly began to spend more time in her comfortable recliner. "I've earned my rest," she would tell her children when they encouraged her to join their weekend walks. 3 years later, she noticed she could barely climb the 5 steps to her front porch without becoming winded. Her doctor's diagnosis was clear. Her muscles had weakened dramatically from disuse. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that adults who remain inactive have a 40% higher risk of developing serious health conditions that can shorten life. What many seniors don't realize is that you don't need intense exercise to reap the benefits of movement. Even light, consistent activity can add years to your life. A 15-year study of adults over 65 found that those who simply walked for 30 minutes daily lived on average 3.7 years longer than their sedentary peers. Take William, for example. At 82, he decided to start mall walking 3 times a week with a group of fellow retirees. "At first, I could barely make 1 lap," he recalls. "But 6 months later, I was walking the entire mall twice and had lost 15 pounds. My doctor was able to reduce my blood pressure medication, and I sleep better than I have in years." The key isn't intensity, it's consistency. Your body was designed to move regularly, and it rewards even gentle activity with improved circulation, better balance, and enhanced brain function. Instead of thinking about exercise, which might feel intimidating, simply focus on moving more frequently throughout your day. Set a timer to stand up every hour. Park farther from store entrances. Take a short walk after each meal. Dance to your favorite oldies in the kitchen. Each movement adds up, creating a cumulative effect that can drastically improve your odds of a longer, healthier life. 2. Isolating yourself. After Elaine's husband of 52 years passed away, she gradually withdrew from her social circles. "It was just easier to stay home," she explained. "Going out alone felt awkward, and I didn't want to be a burden to my busy friends." 3 years later, her daughter noticed concerning changes in her mother's memory and overall health. Her doctor confirmed what research has been showing. Social isolation was affecting her cognitive function and physical well-being. What you might not realize is that loneliness is now classified as a public health issue, as serious as obesity or smoking. Recent studies from Harvard Medical School reveal that people who are socially isolated have a 50% higher risk of dementia, 29% increased risk of heart disease, a 32% higher chance of early death compared to those who maintain social connections. This isn't just about having many friends. Quality matters more than quantity. Meaningful interactions, even if they're just with 1 or 2 people, can make a tremendous difference in your health outcomes. Consider George, who at 76 was becoming increasingly isolated after moving to a new community to be closer to his daughter. "I felt like I was too old to make new friends," he admitted. But when he reluctantly agreed to attend a weekly veterans coffee group at his local community center, everything changed. Just having those 2 hours each week to talk with people who understand my experiences has made all the difference. I have something to look forward to now. The science is clear. Engaging with others on a regular basis stimulates your brain, reduces stress hormones, and provides emotional support that your body translates into physical benefits. Even introverts benefit from regular, meaningful social contact. Simple ways to combat isolation. Schedule regular call dates with family members. Join community classes designed for seniors. Volunteer, which gives both social connection and purpose. Reconnect with old friends. Even brief interactions, like chatting with your postal carrier or grocery clerk, can help fulfill your social needs and boost your mental health. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment more below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Now let's move forward. 3. Poor sleep hygiene. Many seniors don't realize that sleep patterns often change with age, but the need for quality sleep remains crucial. When you stay up late with irregular bedtimes or spend excessive time in front of screens before sleeping, you're disrupting your brain's critical repair processes. Walter, 77, prided himself on needing less sleep at his age. He'd stay up watching late-night TV until 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock a.m., then catch a few hours before starting his day around 6 o'clock. "I can sleep when I'm dead," he joked. But his family noticed his memory declining and his irritability increasing. A sleep study revealed what his body had been trying to tell him. His poor sleep habits were accelerating his cognitive aging. Sleep truly is your body's reset button. During deep sleep, your brain clears out harmful proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your cells repair damage. Your body regulates hormones that control everything from appetite to stress response. Research from the University of California shows that consistent poor sleep after 70 can accelerate the aging process by as much as 1.5 times. Protect your sleep by creating consistent bedtime and wake-up times, even on weekends. Limiting screen time before bed. Blue light interferes with melatonin production. Creating a cool, dark sleeping environment. Establishing relaxing pre-sleep rituals like gentle stretching or reading. Remember that certain medications and health conditions can affect sleep, so speaking with your healthcare provider about sleep concerns is important. Sometimes simple adjustments to medication timing or treatment of conditions like sleep apnea can restore healthy sleep patterns, and with them, improve cognitive function and overall health. 4. Ignoring preventive checkups. After reaching 70, some people adopt a "don't fix what isn't broken" mentality about healthcare. This approach might seem reasonable on the surface. Why subject yourself to tests and doctor visits if you feel fine? But this thinking overlooks a crucial fact. Many of the most serious health threats develop with few or no symptoms until they're advanced. Harold had always been proud of his robust health. At 75, he boasted that he hadn't seen a doctor in 5 years. "Why go looking for trouble?" he'd say. When his daughter finally convinced him to get a checkup, his doctor discovered stage 3 colorectal cancer that had been developing silently for years. "If we'd caught this earlier," his oncologist explained, "treatment would have been much simpler and more effective." Silent issues like these often go unnoticed. High blood pressure, early-stage diabetes, glaucoma, hearing loss, certain cancers. Annual screenings and regular checkups serve as your early warning system, catching potential problems when they're most treatable. A 10-year study of adults over 70 found that those who maintained regular preventive care lived an average of 2.5 years longer, spent 60% less time hospitalized than those who only sought medical attention when symptoms appeared. Regular checkups also help monitor how your body responds to medications, which process drugs differently as you age. Often, dosages that worked well in your 60s may need adjustment in your 70s or 80s to prevent side effects or interactions. Preventive care isn't about looking for problems, it's about maintaining your independence and quality of life. It empowers you to address small issues before they become life-altering conditions. 5. High sugar intake. At 82, James couldn't understand why his arthritis had suddenly worsened despite his medications. His joints were more inflamed, and his energy levels had plummeted. When his doctor suggested tracking his diet, a pattern emerged. His daily routine included sweetened coffee, cookies with afternoon tea, and ice cream after dinner. "I never thought my sweet tooth could be affecting my joints," he admitted. 3 months after reducing his sugar intake, his inflammation levels dropped significantly, and his energy returned. Many seniors don't connect their sugar consumption with accelerated aging. But the research is clear: excessive sugar increases inflammation throughout your body, speeds up the aging process, both internally and externally, is particularly harmful to your cardiovascular system, brain function, and joint health. A groundbreaking study from the University of California found that older adults consuming high amounts of added sugars had nearly 3 times the inflammatory markers of those with lower sugar intake. This chronic inflammation contributes to faster cognitive decline, increased joint pain, higher rates of heart disease. Sugar consumption often increases with age because taste buds change, making sweeter foods more appealing. Sugary foods become comforting substitutes. Many seniors consume more processed foods with hidden sugars. Eleanor discovered this after attending a senior nutrition workshop. "I started reading labels and was shocked at the sugar in my healthy breakfast cereal, and even the tomato soup I loved. I gradually reduced sugary foods and switched to fruit for my sweet treats. 6 months later, my doctor said my blood work looked like it belonged to someone 10 years younger." You don't need to eliminate all sweetness, just become sugar aware. Read nutrition labels for added sugars. Replace sugary drinks with water or unsweetened alternatives. Choose whole fruits over fruit juices. Satisfy cravings with natural options like berries or dark chocolate. Even gradual reduction can produce remarkable improvements in how you feel and function. If you're still watching and finding this valuable, please comment more below. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now let's continue. 6. Bottling up stress. Having lived through decades of experiences, you've likely developed coping mechanisms for stress. For many in your generation, keeping concerns private or putting on a brave face was considered a virtue. What wasn't understood then, but is clear now, is how holding emotional stress inside creates physical damage to your body. After retiring from his 45-year banking career, Robert prided himself on maintaining a stoic demeanor despite family challenges and health concerns. Complaining doesn't solve anything, he'd say whenever his wife suggested he talk about his worries. 6 months later, his doctor was mystified by his skyrocketing blood pressure that wasn't responding to medication. Only after working with a counselor did Robert recognize how suppressing his feelings was creating physical symptoms his body couldn't ignore. Research from the Mayo Clinic shows that emotional suppression activates your body's stress response, releases cortisol and other damaging hormones when chronically elevated, can damage your heart, weaken your immune system, and accelerate brain aging. Studies link internalized stress to faster progression of age-related conditions and shorter lifespans. This doesn't mean you must share every concern, just find healthy outlets. Talk with trusted friends/family. Write in a journal. Work with a counselor. Practice meditation or deep breathing. Express gratitude daily. Spend time in nature. Your emotional well-being directly impacts your physical health, particularly after 70, when your body has fewer reserves to counteract chronic stress. 7. Believing it's too late. Of all the habits that can shorten your life after 70, this mindset, believing it's too late to make meaningful changes, may be the most dangerous. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that robs you of the very real power you still possess to improve your health and quality of life. When Henry turned 75, he declined his daughter's invitation to join a senior swimming class. "At my age, what's the point of starting something new?" he reasoned. This mindset gradually expanded to other areas, refusing to improve his diet, the damage is already done, or learn to use a smartphone. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. By 80, his world had narrowed significantly, and with it, his cognitive abilities and physical strength. Groundbreaking research from Yale University found that Older adults with positive perceptions of aging live 7.5 years longer than those with negative aging beliefs. This effect was bigger than not smoking or maintaining a healthy weight. The scientific truth: your body maintains remarkable adaptability even in your 90s and beyond. Studies show that people who begin strength training in their 80s can double their muscle strength within months. Adults who adopt healthier diets in their 70s show measurable cardiovascular improvements within weeks. Those who learn new skills continue forming new neural connections throughout life. Take Violet's story. At 92, she decided to learn piano, something she'd always wanted to do. My friends thought I was being silly, she recalls. But 6 months later, not only could I play simple songs, but my doctor noted improved dexterity, better concentration, and elevated mood. Learning something new woke up my brain. This isn't about denying aging, it's recognizing that decline isn't inevitable. Each positive change, no matter how small, can improve your quality of life and potentially extend your years. Final thoughts. You've lived a long, full life filled with irreplaceable wisdom and experience, but your story isn't finished being written. How the next chapters unfold depends largely on the choices you make starting today. These habits aren't about complicated regimens. They're simple, consistent choices that honor the life you've lived by protecting the life you still have ahead. Which habit surprised you most? Share in the comments. Your experience might inspire others. Remember, awareness is the first step. Small adjustments yield significant results. It's never too late to start. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with someone over 70. This could be the gift that adds quality years to their life. What change will you make today? Let us know below. We're rooting for you. See you in the next video.